I want to tell you a story of how you don't need a huge social media following to actually make money. You can have less than 100 subscribers and still make it. Let me explain. Here I have my personal newsletter, and I started about I think it's more than 3 years ago, because I kind of switched platforms, but I started 3 years ago, and this is just me sharing everything that I kind of find on the internet, everything about sort of my life. It's a very personal newsletter. It's not geared towards any specific niche or target. I talk about income, I talk about investments, I talk about money, I talk about productivity, YouTube stuff. I mean, you can see there are, quite a bit of everything in here. For example, I shared some of my freelancing, some of my sort of YouTube successes and stuff like that. And it's very personal, like weight loss journey, things like that. I also kind of share then my videos that I sometimes publish, and then I do have links worth sharing section at the end. So there's nothing really special. It's just a newsletter that I started about 3 years ago, because I wanted a platform to share something that I was doing. And this newsletter has less than 100 people on it. It has actually exactly 88 people on this newsletter. And yet it made me more than $70,000. So my investment into actually writing and creating this newsletter is just, ROI on it is just incredible. Okay, so this is how everything went down. I was writing that newsletter. I'm writing about one issue per month, so I'm not spending a ton of time, maybe 30, 20 minutes per month on this newsletter. And some people subscribed, and I'm occasionally getting sort of emails or comments, regarding that newsletter, and I didn't sort of pay much attention to it. But one day, I actually get an email from a person that says that he really enjoyed my newsletter, and he felt like I'm kind of a cool dude or something like that, and he actually asked me to get on a Zoom call with him, just to get to know each other, maybe talk about things that we like and stuff like that. It seemed that, at least from that person's perspective, that there was a good vibe, and I assume that's why sort of he invited me to kind of connect. I'm always open to any new sort of opportunities to just chat with people and to connect. So obviously I said yes, we scheduled a call, and then we jumped on, I think a few weeks later, we jumped on a Zoom call. And during that call, everything went well. We met, we talked about each other. I explained more of what I do. He talked about sort of his experience and what he does, and we kind of just got to know each other. There was no hidden agenda, no anything like that. We just kind of met on the internet and chatted for a little bit, and that's it. And we kind of ended the call, and that was that for now. And so a few months go by, and I think it's either, I don't remember exactly, it's either me or him. We kind of texted each other, and since he is from the same city and from the same country as I am, he said that he's coming back to Lithuania, and he's gonna be here for the holidays, and we kind of decided to just meet in real life, because we only chatted sort of once. We decided to just, hey, let's go to a cafe, something like that. Let's chat there, just casually, and nothing to it. Now, since that person is also a freelancer, and he's also works with SEO, search engine optimization, sort of the area that I work with. However, he's also more towards sort of general marketing and then advertising. So his range is a bit more broader than mine. I specialize sort of only in SEO, and he does sort of a lot more of these sort of bigger projects like that. And during that meeting in a cafe, he actually said that he has sort of a potential client that he's sort of talking to, and that he might sort of get on and work with, but he needs sort of help. He might need help from me, because I'd also do SEO. He said, are you basically interested in sort of working with this potential client that I'm talking to? And since I kind of get these offers quite a lot, people just casually mentioning, hey, I have a project, or I have a potential client, or something like that. Usually nothing really comes out of it. So since I get quite a lot of these, of course, I said, yes, I would be interested. And, I kind of asked him, hey, send me more details when you know more about this stuff. But I personally didn't think much of it. So we separated, and I actually forgot about that. And then another month or two goes by, and then he texted me saying that, hey, this potential client that I was talking to you about, it seems like they're very interested, so there might be a project for this. I actually got pretty excited since usually I don't get these kind of follow-ups. So I said, yes, let's, let me chat with the client and see sort of if that works. So he referred me to the client. I got on a call with the client itself. And then we basically chatted about sort of my experience, who I am, what I do, all of that jazz, the usual kind of sales call that I have with other clients like that. And again, since this was a referral, I think, the client was already very trusting of me, since I think he knew the previous person from somewhere else. So the referrals are always have more weight than you just sort of cold calling or just, meeting somebody for the first time. So I think that had a bit of weight. But also, I think we got kind of a good vibe from the client. Like both of us kind of talked and we really sort of vibed with each other. It seems like we are a good fit. And so just another month goes by or something like that. And I get a contract. So basically the project is taking off. The client is happy. My friend now who will be working with me on this same project is also very happy. So three of us basically, we the client, the person that referred me to the client and me are now sort of in this working partnership and trying to work on this big project. And the project was actually very big. This was a startup that was generating quite a lot of money here in Lithuania. It was a SaaS project and it was getting quite big. It was expanding. It was sort of growing quite rapidly. So the project itself was quite large at scale, but that meant that the pay was also very high. And so me and the client agreed that my monthly fee would be 2,500 euros per month for all of my SEO services. And then after a year of working with them, yes, the contract actually lasted for quite a while. In total, it was almost around 1.5 years. So this one referral, combining all of the months that I worked with them, brought me 45,000 euros in total. So one person referred me to this potential client with which I worked for 1.5 years and earned 45,000 euros. However, the story doesn't end here because it's only 45,000 euros, which is about $45,000. So there is still missing because in the title of this video, I said $70,000. So what actually happened is that once all of us started working with this client, the same person that referred me, that contacted me through this newsletter, the same person had another incoming client, which we also started working with, which also was a long-term project for which I was also charging 2,500 euros. So that meant that after 6 months of working with the first client, I added another 2,500 euros to my monthly retainer, which is now already over 5,000 euros from just these two clients. However, the second contract was a little bit shorter and it only lasted about 9 months, but I still earned 22,500 euros from this project. And then combining those two projects in a span of 1.5 years, the total was almost 70,000 euros, which is exactly $70,000 or something like that in today's currency. And this is the power of personal branding and networking. If you think that going on Upwork or other freelancing platforms, there are opportunities on these platforms or anything like that, but networking, referrals, and personal branding, in my experience at least, brought some of the best clients, some of the longest projects, and some of the biggest contracts that I ever had. And look, there is nothing really groundbreaking here. I didn't do anything special. There was not anything special with the sales call. There is not anything special in the way I met that person. There isn't anything unusual that I did here. But the one key thing that I did was start a personal newsletter and start sharing things online. And now that I understand the power of this, I mean, I invested 20 to 30 minutes per month on this newsletter for like 2.5 years, something like that. What is that total? That's like what, 10, 15 hours of total work in order for me to get contracts worth over $70,000. That's insane. And since then, I'm actually way more active online on various different social media platforms. Kind of one of the reasons I am creating this video, since I wanna be more online, share more of the things that I do, to meet more like-minded people, to get more opportunities like that. I have no idea when or how those opportunities will come. I just know that I need to be online, I need to share my things, I need to showcase myself, show my work, talk about my things that I like, that I do, and eventually I will meet a lot of people, and maybe something will come out of it, maybe not. I'm not expecting anything from anyone, but it seems likely that I might start working with some people. I might hire some people because I share things online. There might be some other work-related or opportunities. I might even meet some friends during doing this, what I do. So there are endless different possibilities that can happen, and what I need is just to share things online. And if you like this video, then you'll definitely enjoy my newsletter, where I share everything that I learned about freelancing and how I get clients, how I network, how I make money. I share everything that I learned in the last 10 years. So there's going to be a link in the description if you want to check it out. But if you want to stick around for one more video, I think YouTube will recommend you this video, and I think you'll like it. So that's it.